Welcome to Joellen's Kitchen. At this time we're doing a home for the holidays recipe, mostly Pennsylvania Dutch and maybe a little bit of alterations to make things go faster or simplify the recipe for you busy people out there. And I got my free turkey at Giant. I've been thawing it in the refrigerator since last weekend, but inside I'm going to have to pull out. Now sometimes there's a neck in there. Oh, this one has a tail, and maybe I'll just pitch that. Oh, and I feel there's still some chunks of ice in there, so I'm going to pull those out and throw them in the sink. All right, and we'll see if there's anything in the short end. Oops, it just fell out. Okay, that side was thawed pretty good. There's a bag of giblets, so we can open those. And I like to just pour those around the outside. They get so tender when you bake them, and my family loves giblets. So there's another thing I do. And at the store, I will purchase an extra container of giblets. Most of the stores around here have them, and that is simply, if you don't know what giblets are, it's hearts and gizzards. Now you can purchase livers separately, but people either love or hate liver. So in this instance we're going to just put the giblets around the outside of the turkey. Get rid of that tail. And then I also made filling before, so if you want to check another post that I did, another video, you will find that I made homemade filling, and it's a combination of potatoes and bread cubes. But for today, oh, and also on that video I used parts of chickens. I used 2 thighs, or you could use just a breast for a smaller group and put it in a pie plate basically and lay the meat on top, wrap it in foil and bake it. But today we're making the whole turkey. And my family's not coming over, so I'm not going to stuff this one with filling. You could. This is a 15.5-pound turkey. And what I decided to do is stuff it with vegetables. So what I have here is celery, carrots, and some potatoes from my garden, and they're just the smallest ones that I have. So I'm just going to cut my carrots into sticks. I already cut the ends off of them. And then we're going to do the same with the celery, cut it into maybe 3-4 inch sticks. And I just do that by cutting through the whole stalk, and I already washed the stalk, so we're good there. And the potatoes are so small, I'm going to leave them whole. That's the biggest one, but there are some really small ones in here. And so what I'm going to do is alternate stuffing potatoes, carrots, and celery inside of my turkey. And anything that's left we'll put around the outside, and it just helps to enhance the flavor of the turkey. Celery is always a good flavor enhancer. By stuffing the carrots and potatoes and celery alternatively inside of the turkey, it gives it some color and flavor, and an alternative to potato or bread cube stuffing. So I'm going to put the rest of these around the outside of my turkey, and again it just looks lovely. And we'll turn this around here so you can see. Hopefully you can see the color there, and it makes a really nice presentation. I'm just using a 9 by 12 inch pan because I don't have a pot roast big enough, and with my small gas oven a big pot roaster will not fit in. So this is a great alternative that I'm able to utilize in order to have a whole turkey when I have family over. They also make those electric roasters, and I found that they're pretty good as well. So that's an alternative that you could use. Mine's about on the fritz, so I'm not going to trust it with a Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm doing the same thing on this end that I did on the other end. Making sure I have a little bit of each commodity inside, and some on the outside. I have a couple of small potatoes left here for this end. Now we can put the leg holders back on if you like. That one's in. It won't have to be all. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. It looks great, doesn't it? So the next thing I need to do is wrap the whole thing in aluminum foil, because if I don't, the turkey will get too dark, perhaps even burn in spots. But the foil lets it bake and get juicy and tender. And on this first layer, sometimes I like to also spray Pam. That way the aluminum foil doesn't stick to the bird. And it'll let the juices just marinate in and around the turkey. One more time. Okay, I'm very good. I'm about ready to pop this into the oven. Now, with anywhere from a 10 to 17 pound turkey, if it's not filled, about 3.5 hours is good. But when you have stuffing inside of any sort, you want to make sure that's done. It takes longer to cook to the inside. So then you want to probably go 4.5 hours. And if you're lucky, your turkey has one of those little poppers in, so you can check it once in a while. Make sure that you're not over baking it, because if you do, it'll dry out. At the same token, you want to make sure it's done. So those little poppers are really nice to tell you when it's done. So my turkey is done. The popper is popped. It's nice and golden brown. It smells wonderful. And I'm going to be bringing family in just a minute. I'm going to also see if I can cut off a slice of breast here. Does it look luscious or what? Can't wait.